Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Kofi Sansa. Not coffee, coffee haze, coffee on Cremora. I am coffee, you are tea, it's coffee. Spelled Kofi. It's not spelled Koffi, Koffi, it's spelled Kofi. So let's try this. My name is Kofi. No, you say coffee. My name is Kofi. You say coffee. No. Do you see how simple it is? It's a 4-letter name. It amazes me how people tend to mispronounce my name to the point where I'm even starting to wonder if I can pronounce my whole name properly. Even today, my colleague called me Coco. The other day, I have a friend who loves to call me Coffee. It annoys me. The other day, there was a lady called Pretty Chetty that was making fun of my name. Pretty Chetty is making fun of my name. Your name is Pretty, I'm Kofi, but you have the audacity to make fun of my name. So the origins of my name Kofi, is a West African name, particularly of Ghanaian descent, part of the Akan and Franchi tribe. So how it works in Ghana is that you are named according to a certain day of the name that you were born. So Kofi represents Friday, so I was born on Friday. Therefore, my parents decided to name me Kofi. In Ghana, children are given that in Ghana, the significance of your name links to a person's character. So it is assumed that Kofis are known to be adventurous and have character, but in all honesty, some people will disagree with you that Kofis are troublesome. In my language, we'll say Kofi Baboni. So there are 7 days in a week. So you can imagine there must be quite a number of coffees. So growing up, I used to find myself in environments where I'd be with other coffees. My mom will call coffee, and you'd have 3 or 4 people shouting her as a response. So when I moved into high school, I changed my name from Kofi to Fifi, which is another version of my name. So Fifi is spelled F-I-F-I-F-I. And as boys will be boys, my peers decided to evolve my name, and they started to call me Bibi. B-I-B-I. So throughout high school, my name referred to the male genital part, and it evolved through many names. I was fortunate enough to play 18 rugby. So in front of crowds, people would shout, "Give it to Bibi, give it to Bibi." When I score a try, people say, "Bibi, Bibi." And as you can imagine, there were obviously young girls that were part of the crowd. I remember when I moved into this high school, my teacher told my peers not to call me by my name Fifi because it represented a dog, a female dog. And now many years I think about it and I realize that in order for me to fit into a modesty school, I had to change my culture to adapt. The teacher was not willing to learn something different. So in other words, my parents decided to call me by a male dog name. It amazes me. I must admit, my name used to give me a bit of anxiety. It affected my self-confidence, introducing myself to others because, people always have certain things to say. But now moving on to my surname, Simpson. As you can imagine, it seems very weird for a black person to be called Simpson. However, it comes from Scandinavian origins, where the British adopted, and Ghana was a British colony. So there are certain names that were changed for ease of reference and pronunciation, and that would count. As I said, I used to really, really hate my name. But throughout the years, I've come to embrace the importance and significance of my name. I remember my mother has an English name. Her name is Angelina, and I just didn't understand why they didn't call me by an English name. I went through phases where I wanted to call Brendan, I wanted to call Bart Simpson, but now I've come to embrace and understand the importance of my name and how it actually makes me stand out. There's certain people that will always see me and say, Kofi like Kofi Annan, Kofi like Kofi Cremora, Kofi like Kofi Onido, Kofi like Kofi Kingston, etc. But it actually makes me stand out. I remember a few years ago when I moved from Cape Town, to Johannesburg. I was out, met someone called Dumelo with friends, and then a few months later, I'm out and the person met me again. I was with my friend, Naledi, and Naledi goes to Tumelo and says, "Hey, Tumelo, how are you doing?" And this guy's like, "I do not remember. Who are you?" And then I came and I thought, "I'm Kofi." He's like, "Oh, now I remember where you're from." And that's why I realized the significance of my name and how it stands out. I must just give one closing story before I actually close off. Just the other day, I think we changed the William Nicol to Winnie
Mandela.
Makadela. I can't believe that I'm actually butchering that, but anyway, we changed the name. And I told a friend I'm just going to call him William Nicol, and they were offended. And people went on to the significance and started using cultures, and this is your third language. When you sit in meetings, you may forget certain things and those kind of things. And I was like, listen, this is the principle. For me, my mother called me Kofi. I changed my name to Fifi. I asked my mother to change. She refused. I have the people in my life that know me as Simpson, as Kofi, and as Fifi. And the reality is, as I've evolved, the people that know me from a certain name, Fifi, in high school, are not going to evolve and call me Kofi. My girlfriend calls me Simpson. Everyone calls me Fifi, but she's not going to change because that's how she sees and represents. Thank you very much for your time.